Hey guys, this is Logan and Mize. I don't know if that's correct.
Okay, just keep going.
I don't know if that's correct English, but this is a math video, not an English video, so we're not going to dwell on that. All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to teach you guys how to do the unit circle, and don't be afraid of it. It's going to be your friend, so just watch.
Simply, step number 1. Get a pen, pencil, any drawing device. Draw a nice large circle. Does not have to be perfect. After you've drawn the circle, make 4 different, what are they called, Ev?
Quadrants.
Quadrants. 4 different quadrants. 1. So it splits it. You're making the circle into fourths.
The doy.
Now that you have your 4 quadrants, you need to make a line for 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. Or
No,
60, my bad.
Idiot.
So that's going to be 45 because it splits the 90 in half, then the 30, then the 60. And simply just mimic what you did here in all 4 quadrants.
Easy as pie. Sorry guys, just some math jokes.
Okay, I'll just keep it going. Could you speed it up a little bit?
Now I'm just confused. Which one's the first quadrant? Okay. Now I'm
Ta-da!
so confused.
As you have seen, we have inserted parentheses and commas in where we are going to write the coordinates of the point. In the unit circle, it's 1 unit, so each radii is equal to 1. Therefore, there to there, as a coordinate, the x moves 1, the y stays 0. Here, y goes up 1, and then the x doesn't move. Here, it goes -1 for x, y doesn't move, then you stay still, 0, y goes down 1, -1. Today, we learned a trick, didn't we, Ev?
Yeah, we did.
Would you like to explain?
Are we with the coordinates?
Yes.
Would you like me to write it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. The trick is very simple. You're just gonna start with a 3, a square root of 3, 2, and then a 1. And the 1 is always, it never has a square root over it. And then you're gonna do the opposite here. 1, 2, 3.
Stop writing on a slant, gosh.
Sorry, I'm like sitting at an awkward angle. And then all this is gonna be over 2.
And now that you know your coordinates for 1 quadrant, you can fill it in for the rest.
Okay. All right. So then you'd start with 1 here. And then you'd go, this is kind of small, Logan. This is a bad job. Square root of 2, square root of 3, and then you'd start with 1 here, square root of 2.
You're forgetting the negatives,
3.
you idiot.
I'll get to it, okay? Then all over 2, all over 2. And then because this is in the second quadrant, it's going to be, the x's are going to be negative because they'd be negative over here. So a negative sign, negative sign, negative sign.
Perfect.
Then over here,
Quadrant number 3.
quadrant number 3, you'd start with a 1.
No.
Oh, 3. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Start with the square root
Square root
of
of
3.
3.
What an idiot.
Square
Square root of 2.
Square root of 2.
1
Okay,
without a
can
square root.
Can you let me do this, please? Okay, then you do the opposite, which is 1. Then you do square root of 2. Then you do square root of 3. And you guys know about, at this point, all over 2.
All over 2.
Nice. All over 2. And because we're in the third quadrant, it's all going to be negative. So.
Everything negative. Negative. Perfect.
All right, then we go
Fourth
over
quadrant.
Here. This is going to be 1. You guys got the hang of it by now, so.
Square root of 2, square root of 3.
Opposite, so that's 1. Square root of 2, square root of 3. All over 2. All over 2. And because it's in the fourth quadrant, the y is going to be negative because it's negative down here.
Because the x stays and the y goes down 1 unit.
All right, and that's the coordinates so far.
So now that we have found the coordinates, let's find the degrees.
Even though we should have done the degrees first, we're going a little out of order because we like to do things a little differently here.
It's okay, we're special in our own different ways. So we're starting at 0 degrees. And then from 0 you go to 30. From 30 you go to 45 to 60. And this right here is 90, because if you look from there to there, it makes a right angle. Then from 90, you are going to 120. In an easy way, I like doing this instead of this way. I go from 30 to 60 to 90 to 120. Then I'll skip this one, which is the one in between. Because if you notice the pattern, it goes, you can just get rid of the 0. So it goes 3, 6, 9, 12. So this would be 150. This right here is 180.
Or you could do it the easy way, which is just adding 15 basically every time in between here.
Yeah, well, you can do that after.
Okay.
So then after 180 is 210 degrees. You can leave this blank. 240 degrees. 270 degrees. 300 degrees. 330 degrees. Last but not least, 360 degrees. And now if you fill in the things in between, 120 plus 15 is 135 degrees. 110 plus 15 is 225 degrees. And 300 plus 15 is 315 degrees. And there you go. You have your degrees for the whole unit circle. Now it's time for the tricky part, radians. People hate them. I love them.
Don't stress out, guys. We'll help you.
So you're at 0 degrees, so of course that's 0 radians. No brainer. Now here's where it's get tricky. 30 degrees. Guess what it would be? Pi over 6. Really, if you memorize the first quadrant, the rest comes easy.
Besides the tricky fourth quadrant. That one's a doozy. Don't get trapped.
And then 45 degrees would be pi over 4. 60 degrees, pi over 3. And then 90 degrees, because you're going half of a rotation, so a quarter of a rotation, so it would be pi over 2. Now, 120. You can look back at the first quadrant, you take the base, 3, put it over, and then you take the bottom, -1, 2 pi.
And you always want to look at what you end here on the base, because that's what's going to start here.
Now you go 4, bring that over, 4 over 3 pi, because take 4, just -1, 3 pi. 6, so now you do 6 over 5 pi. Simply just keep doing the same thing, it's not hard. And then the last one is just pi, because you go half a rotation. Now next, you just take the base of 6, 6 over, and now this is where things changes. Instead of subtracting 1, you add 1 from the base. So 6 plus 1 is 7 pi. Go to this one. So then it would be base of 4 over plus 1, 5 pi. Next one is 3. So it's base 3 over plus 1, 4 pi. And last but not least, 270, you have 2. So it's 2 over 3 pi. And this last quadrant is where it gets tricky. And Evan Song would like to show you an easy method to remember how to do it. Evan Song, here's the pencil.
Okay, well, you want to remember 5 days a week I go to 7-Eleven. So this first one is going to be 5 pi over 3. And then the second one's going to be 5 days a week I go to 7-Eleven, so 7 pi over 4. And then the last one is 11, which is 11 pi over 6. And that's the unit circle, guys.
No.
Oh, sorry,
Wait, Evan
sorry.
Song.
We didn't do 360.
You forgot about 360, but that's a no-brainer because it's just one full rotation, which is equivalent to 2 pi. And this is the unit circle by Evan Song and Logan Driscoll. And before we leave, we want to give camera creds to the amazing Ginger. Thank you.